the last exam I'll ever take in nursing school. So I just get so overwhelmed for not losing my mind. The hard questions really humbled me. We are going to be locking in on the struggle bus right now. So I've just been crying. Hello and happy Friday. For those of you that are new here, my name is Mia. Welcome to Scrubs and Savings. I'm a 21-year-old nursing student documenting my personal and financial journey here on YouTube, and I'm trying to hold myself accountable for the next few days. This next week will basically just be tying up loose ends for the semester. I've already applied for the NCLEX and my registered nurse license. I got my cap and gown yesterday, and there's just one major thing looming my mind now, which is our comprehensive predictor assessment, which is basically a very big exam that predicts how well we will do on the NCLEX on our first try, and you have to get I think it's an above 89% likely percentage of passing for the NCLEX on your first try to not have to do a retake of the exam, which hopefully this will be the last exam I'll ever take in nursing school, so I want to study as hard as I can for that. But I cannot forget that I am taking my literature class, because it kinda has felt like I have over the past week or so, because I've been studying for our farm exam, which we had yesterday, and that went well, so hopefully it's a sign that I will do well on the comprehensive predictor. But I have to head to the gym now because I need enough time to do my back and biceps workout and eat a little bit before I head to open lab. I can't believe that it's already almost 2 o'clock. We finished open lab early because there wasn't as many students today, which was great because I was able to study for my CPA exam, and I actually did one of the practice assessments for that, and I did alright on it. I just get frustrated with myself because I would say I know about 80% of the content well, and I can do well on these exams. It's just that I don't really trust myself, even though I've worked so hard, studied so hard, practiced so hard on all of this content, but when it comes down to actually testing, I just get so overwhelmed with all the information. And these tests are 150 questions long, so it's just a lot of information. And the practice exam had the harder questions back to back to back, which was very stressful for me. But we got through it, and I'm currently working on creating a study plan for the next week where I can go over the content that I missed and really focus on trusting myself and prioritizing care. Those are the things that I really think I need to work on. I have to head home. I haven't eaten lunch yet. I was actually supposed to study with a friend after open lab and go out to PF Chang's for $5 cocktails and $10 appetizers, but she got busy last night, so I'm just gonna head home, probably take like an hour lunch break or so, probably film a budget with me video, and then get back into studying. Good morning and happy Saturday. I'm just about to head out to Nick's house for breakfast, and basically all I'm trying to do today is study for the comprehensive predictor exam, and I should probably finish reading my book for literature because I have a discussion board that's due tomorrow, and an exam that is due on Tuesday night, which I don't particularly want to deal with then, so we'll try to get it done today if I can. I am excited for this study day because instead of just staying in the house to study, we decided to give ourselves a change of scenery and go to one of the public libraries, which is so exciting. I love the public library. It has such big windows and lighting, and it's kind of near nature, and it's just so beautiful to study there. And hopefully we can bring some coffee and snacks and make it a nice study experience. A pattern that I've noticed throughout my college experience is that I cannot study in the same place semester by semester. So I started out studying in my home because kind of had to because of the pandemic, but then we mainly studied in our college library, and then the next semester I had to switch it up. So then we went to um, our student center, and then the next semester we mainly studied at the public library, and if we've just been switching between plenty of places to study in. I think the change of scenery is nice and helps me be a little more productive, and I kind of like having that public pressure of feeling like you have to study because everyone else near you is also studying. I brought that up because I'm like, how am I supposed to study for like 32 hours a week for the NCLEX just in my house? And I've just decided that I simply can't. So I think switching up my scenery is going to be my strategy for not losing my mind because I'll have to study probably 6 to 8 hours a day that I'm not working. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. But I am getting hungry, so I should head to their house now. Good morning and happy Sunday. Basically, all of today will just be a study day, but I did want to update you guys on my study progress. Yesterday was just a maternal newborn review day, so I went over all of the topics that I feel uncomfortable with for maternal newborn. So I went over medical conditions, early onset labor, bleeding during pregnancy, complications of labor and delivery, and postpartum disorders. And you would think I would know a lot of these things because I do work in OB and I do work in postpartum, and I shadowed a nurse that works in labor and delivery for 5 weeks. But luckily, I have not seen most of these complications. I've basically only seen a postpartum hemorrhage and the hypertensive disorders and nothing more than that, which I'm really grateful for. But I had a lot to review, and honestly, you guys, my OB class was kind of a whole bunch of baloney. We weren't taught anything, and I feel so bad for the people that don't work in OB, which is the majority of my classmates, because mostly all of this information is new for them, and it's a very overwhelming amount of content because not only are you going over labor and delivery, but you're also doing fertility, contraception, pregnancy, labor and delivery, and newborn care, all of the normal things and all of the complications. So after reviewing all of the things that I didn't know, I went over all of the ATI practice questions, and I was feeling pretty good about the easy and moderate ones, but the hard questions really humbled me. Let me show you my notes. So I have like 10 pages of these notes of things that I didn't know. Granted, my handwriting is quite big, so if it were normal handwriting size, it probably wouldn't be that many notes. The most difficult thing about this NCLEX prep is not necessarily a lack of knowledge of these topics, but I have difficulty with prioritization questions, but I feel like I'm getting better at them. So I did all of the dynamic quiz practice questions, reviewed all of the ones that I got wrong. I made a Quizlet going over all of the things that I got wrong, reviewed all of those, did more practice tests, and by the time I was done with all of that, it was like 7 o'clock, and I wanted to study more, but I was like, I am not going to be in the right headspace to study more. So I stopped there, and after dinner, I finished up my book for literature, and then this morning, I did a couple of practice questions before I ate breakfast. I went over 150 practice questions, and I got a 94% on it, so I'm feeling quite good about maternal newborn. But now I am going over all of the medical surgical practice questions, which is a lot. It's basically all of the general body disorders. So this review is probably going to be quite humbling, but that's what I need to prepare for my exam and also the NCLEX in the future. And I've done like 100 practice questions so far, and I'm feeling pretty good about them. Granted, though, they are the easy practice questions, but I think it's useful for me to help me build up my confidence on my knowledge of these topics. It's just an overwhelming amount of information, and we could be tested on basically anything, but we will make it through, and that's why I am working so hard on studying for this exam. Also, I didn't end up going to the library yesterday, partly because I am lazy and partly because I was just so in the zone of these practice questions and taking these notes that I knew that if I was removed from where I was sitting, I would not get into that flow state and stop enjoying my study session. So that's just why we stayed at Nick's house. But I will be staying at home all day today, and I will stop studying around the time I have to get ready for church. Good morning and happy Monday. I just got back from a very quick back and biceps workout. Whenever I want to do a workout fast, I just decrease the time between each set, and that decreases the amount of time that I'm in the gym, but I'm still doing the same amount of workouts. But anyways, I'm doing something a little different today. We are kicking it back to my freshman sophomore year self. We are going to be locking in at my school's library on, I don't know why I said library like that, on the quiet floor and just completely focusing on studying. I like studying in Nick and I's homes, but I don't want to lose my mind just being in the same environment. And there's a lot more distractions when I'm studying at home. So taking it back old school, locking myself in the school library for hours at a time, and we're going to get a lot of studying done today. I do need to eat breakfast and get a coffee first. Instead of eating breakfast and drinking coffee at home this morning before I went to the gym, I instead looked at the lighting outside today and I was like, I should probably film my monthly reset video. So I did that instead. Luckily, I still have money on my Starbucks gift card, so I need to pick those up and so that I'm not spending from my budget, because we have no money in the budget for Starbucks, but at least I have a gift card. So I need to head over there and I need to find a study room that I can stay in for hours and hours at a time. Good morning. It's Tuesday, and honestly, you guys, I am on the struggle bus right now with studying for this exam. Yesterday, even though I got a good amount of studying done, I was just feeling absolutely horrible. The first part of the study day was going alright. We were on the quiet floor of the library, and I was just getting very frustrated because our neighbors in like the study room near us were like actually yelling, and on the quiet floor that's a big no-no, and I was getting really frustrated with myself, really frustrated with them. And of course I can't change what they do, so we had to change what we were doing. I was with Nick for most of the day, so we went to another study space, and I was just feeling horrible while I was taking the practice exams. But despite that, I actually did perfectly fine on them. I'm where I need to be for this content area, but I just can't help but feel stressed. I'm like in fight or flight mode when I'm taking those exams, and I know that I shouldn't be feeling that way. I know. But I don't really know how to combat that. Well, honestly, I have not been honoring taking study breaks, so my brain was probably fried at the end of studying for almost 6 hours straight. And again, I still just need to calm down, read the entire question, go through all of the answers, and I cannot fault myself for not knowing the answer to something that I don't know. Like, there were questions about things that I've never learned. So, why am I mad at myself for not knowing the answer and like not getting it right? These are a lot of mental things I need to work on. Again, I think I said this in the last clip. I know the content, it's just I'm feeling a lot of test taking anxiety, which I actually normally don't feel. I just think that the gravity of this exam is really getting to me. But hopefully today will be a better study day. I did not I did not set myself up for success though, because I only got 6 hours of sleep last night. Granted, I decided to stay up a little late to edit my April monthly reset, and it should be up by now if you want to check that out, because I wanted to post it today. And I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning. I don't really know why. I tried to fall asleep for like 30 minutes and it didn't work. And did I doom scroll on my phone? Yes, just a little bit, but I was like, there's no point in trying to go back to bed, and it would be more beneficial to me to just get up and get ready for the day. So that's what I did. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I tend not to eat breakfast before I go to the gym, so I packed yogurt and granola. I made myself a protein smoothie, and I'm gonna head to the gym. I am something I'm excited for today is that I get to study with one of my friends, and hopefully just being with her and talking about, test taking with her will, help me decompress and validate my feelings that this is a big test and I'm not alone in this. And then I also have a call with my boss from the hospital about the next steps, because I'm so close to graduating and we need to start that HR process. And I just also really want to know how much I'm getting paid. And I don't think any of you can blame me for that. So I gotta head out to the gym. Today is leg day, so I am going to transfer all of my energy and frustration about the exam towards weightlifting and hopefully just feel strong, have my head cleared out, and be ready to study. I really quickly wanted to check in with you guys before I have my call with my boss, and I am meeting my friend for lunch before we start studying together. There's a newer sandwich shop in the downtown area which I've been wanting to try, and I thought that it would be the perfect study break for me. But today's studying is going much better. I just really feel like I need to come from a place of calm and peace, and one of my words for the year is grace, and I have not been practicing giving myself grace while I've been studying, but like I was saying before today, I if I was not taught something, then it's okay that I don't know it and that I get the question wrong, but it's up to me to relearn or review the thing that I don't know something just in case something like that comes up in my exam. So of course I can't change what I was taught, but I can change what I review. But I'm taking one of the 150 question practice tests right now. Well, not right now. I'm in the middle of taking it. I'm taking a brain break, hanging out with a friend, and then we will get back to doing that. But I'm definitely building my confidence regarding prioritization of care, and that feels very, very good. Also, the funny thing about living in the Midwest between the months of March and April is that it could be anywhere from like 20 degrees Fahrenheit to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and I simply just don't know what to wear day by day. I was thinking of walking downtown to the bookshop because it's pretty close by, but it's like 32 degrees outside and it's oscillating between sunny and not sunny. But I don't want to overheat while I'm walking, but I also don't want to be cold while I'm walking. I'll probably get warmer while I'm taking that 10-minute walk, so I am not going to put the extra weight on my body and just wear my hoodie, and that should be fine. And a girl can take a little bit of cold for 10 minutes. I just got back home from yoga and I just wanted to sit and chat before I spend time with my family, but I'm feeling so much better today. I got lunch with my friend and I had a delicious roast beef chimichurri sandwich. I'm not really a roast beef type of gal, but all of the Google reviews for this restaurant recommended the roast beef chimichurri and it did not disappoint. And they also had coffee, and a latte was only $2.99. And I looked in the budget and it's the first of the month, so there's money for dining out, so I treated myself to a little cup of coffee out, and I was just catching up with my friend, and it was just so lovely. And then we just went back to the library and continued studying together until I had to head out to yoga. And I feel like my studying today was very productive, and I'm just feeling pretty good about where I'm at, and I hope that I can feel this way on exam day. Nick is busy tonight, so I'm just going to have dinner with my parents and just relax on my own, which is going to be very, very lovely. Good morning and happy Wednesday. It's already 11:15 and I really have to head out to the lab soon, but I just wanted to tell you guys that I got horrible sleep last night. I kept waking up. I woke up at 2:30 and 4:30, and I tried to go back to bed at 4:30, but I wasn't able to. Did I edit this video instead of really trying to go back to sleep? Yes, I did. Did I help myself? No, I didn't. But once I started feeling sleepy while I was editing this video, I fell back asleep until like I think 8 o'clock or so. 8 8:30, I don't know. But even though I like got up in the middle of the night, I still got 8 hours of sleep. So I counted that for my habits, and then I've just been like watching YouTube videos and eating breakfast and getting my stuff ready for the day. I'm really happy that I decided to work in the lab today instead of taking the day off to study, because I feel like I've gotten the bulk of it done. I've reviewed everything that I feel like I need to review, and I'm just practicing all of the more simple nursing subjects like fundamentals, which is what it sounds like: fundamentals, communication, mental health, all of the things like that, where it doesn't require a lot of in-depth studying, but I still want to review it because I hate getting those questions wrong. But once I'm done at the lab, I'll be heading to Nick's house tonight for dinner. Good morning and good afternoon and happy Friday. It's the day of the exam. I have about 30 minutes before I have to go. And I know I haven't filmed much in the past day or so because there hasn't really been much to film, to be honest. I really didn't study after lab yesterday and I was just hanging out. There was a thunderstorm outside, so we watched a little bit of Parks and Rec. And this morning, I let myself rest, did a little bit of a workout, filmed my budget reset video for April, which is up already if you're watching this, and I've just been editing. I haven't looked at anything for the exam in, I don't know, like 18 hours, and I'm feeling as at peace as I think I could possibly feel about everything. I know that, I've studied quite hard for this, and sure, could I have studied like 5% harder? Yeah, but I don't want to risk my mental health in the process. And for the last like 20 minutes, I was watching the graduation video my dad made me. My dad made me for high school, and it has all of our old childhood photos and all of the sentimental Taylor Swift songs in the background. So I've just been crying, but for sentimental reasons and not because of this exam. But I should probably head out now because it's a 10-minute drive and I would like to pray and meditate before I go in and see everyone, because I love the people in my nursing cohort, but being around them makes me more anxious than just being by myself. So I'll catch up with you guys once I'm done with the exam. I just got home, and I don't think my heart has ever beaten as fast as it was when I was waiting for my test results to load. But I did it, you guys. I passed the test with the percentage that I got correct was 81.4%, and my probability of passing the NCLEX was a 97%. I have never gotten, like, on all of my practice tests, I have not gotten a score that high, but I actually implemented the things that I've been meaning to do, like breathe in between questions, take my time while I'm reading the questions, read every single word of the question and the answers. I am just feeling so relieved. That was the last exam that I will ever take for college. The big one is still yet to come, but I am going to enjoy the hard work that I have put into studying for this test. And I think I will end this video here because I am just going to be relaxing for the rest of the night. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. And I think I'm going to say this in every single one of my videos for the next couple of weeks, but it is almost my 1-year anniversary on YouTube, and I'm thinking of doing a Q&A or question and answer. So if you have any personal finance, nursing, or just personal questions for me, feel free to comment them down below. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.